welcome to the University of Leicester MBA webinar. My name is Helen Spiropoulos. I'm the Admissions Manager at Stafford Global. And joining me this evening all the way from the university is Dr. Peter. Good evening to you, Dr. Peter.
Good evening, Helen. Good evening, everybody.
Okay, and I'm looking here on my right-hand side. I can see quite a lot of you have joined us as far afield as Saudi Arabia, and I can see from Bahrain and Kuwait. Welcome, everyone. How we are going to conduct the webinar this evening is I'm just briefly going to introduce you to Stafford and what we do. I'm then going to hand you over to Dr. Peter, who is going to go through the program. So do listen out carefully at this. And right at the end of the presentation, if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll be able to fill in any questions that you have for Dr. Peter or myself. What I am going to be doing is looking at these questions quite carefully. A lot of them are very similar, if identical, and I will be grouping these questions together. Okay, so let's get started. Who is Stafford Associates? Well, Stafford was established in 1993, and we were the very first resource centre provider for distance learning education in the Middle East. Now, we are currently the resource centre for 5 UK universities, one of which is University of Leicester. And we do offer a variety of programs ranging from certificates to diplomas, bachelors, masters, right through until doctorates. So the mere fact that you are here with us this evening means that you have been in touch with one of our experienced academic consultants. And as I have said, we do have a variety of programs, so we really offer anything that would suit your personal as well as your professional needs. Our function here at Stafford is to assist you throughout your application process and ensure that you get that very important unconditional offer. And we do provide some academic as well as administrative support. Okay, so I'm now going to hand you over to Dr. Peter, and I'll join you towards the end of the presentation. Over to you, Dr. Peter.
Thank you, Helen, for your very kind welcome. Hello, good evening, everybody. As Helen stated, my name is Dr. Peter Rodgers, and I'm the Director of the MBA programme here at the University of Leicester School of Business. I'm going to say a few words about the MBA programme, but before that I'll provide a brief introduction about the University of Leicester as a leading academic institution here in the United Kingdom. We were founded nearly 100 years ago in 1921. In terms of university rankings, we're very proud that we're in the top 2% of universities in the world and have been rated 5 stars in terms of our excellence, in terms of teaching and our research expertise. And in terms of the Times Higher Education Research Excellence Framework, which is kind of a UK-based excellence, we're consistently within the top 25 universities in the UK in terms of our research power. Okay. But talking today about the Leicester MBA, most importantly is to say this was launched in 1989. So we're celebrating 30 years of distance and flexible learning this year at the university. And we were one of the first AMBA accredited distance learning MBA courses in the world. As I've stated, this is a distance learning program. So 80–90% of your learning will take place online. This is a huge advantage to the vast majority of our students in terms of they can continue in their full-time work commitments and family commitments, and at the same time they can continue to do an MBA whilst they're continuing in their full-time work. Okay, the program is and has been developed in order to bring the academic expertise and rigor and insight from academics here at the University of Leicester School of Business, and is developing a program in order to implement and drive forward development of future leaders. So you will learn about key and leading spheres of managerial and business practice, and also provide you with the necessary professional skills so that you can go on and achieve in your careers driving forwards. In terms of the program, the Leicester MBA is truly global in terms of its outlook. We have over 12,000 MBA graduates located in over 150 countries around the world. And this gives you a huge opportunity in terms of meeting people not only from, for example, the Middle East, in different countries around the Middle East, but also students who are located all over the world, whether that's in the Far East, in North America, in Europe, Britain, the Americas, people all over the world. So as much as learning and knowledge that you'll learn on the Leicester MBA programme, there'll also be ample opportunities for networking opportunities, which is very, very important. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, the programme is a distance learning programme. One of the huge advantages of that is the flexibility that we've inbuilt into the programme in terms of this provides you an opportunity to study on the MBA and at the same time for this to fit in with work and family commitments. Okay, whilst at the same time, as I'll talk about it, you also have the opportunity to meet fellow students at residential workshops and the Leicester Masterclass in person. Okay, so you'll have an opportunity to learn about a wide variety of different management thinking, whether it's in the field of leadership, human resource management, marketing, entrepreneurship, strategic management, finance, marketing and accounting. Okay. In terms of the Leicester MBA, what is the qualification? Well, firstly, we are accredited by AMBA, which is the Association of MBAs. I think it's approximately 280 MBA programs out of over 4,000 in the world are accredited by AMBA. So in terms of undertaking an AMBA accredited MBA program, this is your kind of status and guarantee of a highly reputable product. Only 1% of MBA programs in the world are accredited by AMBA. Secondly, in terms of qualifications, the Leicester MBA offers a dual qualification. You'll also receive a Chartered Management Institute CMI Diploma in Strategic Management and Leadership. The CMI, for people who don't know what that is perhaps, is a leading management organisation which promotes management education around the world. It also provides students with a huge range of access to resources and networking opportunities in terms of management and business thinking. Thirdly, in terms of the Leicester MBA, you have the opportunity to specialise. So when you take the Leicester MBA, you can work towards receiving a Leicester Generalist MBA degree award, or you can choose to specialise, whether that's in finance, marketing, or human resource management. Okay. Outlined in this slide, I've provided just a brief outline in terms of the course structure. In terms of timings, the Leicester MBA takes 2.5 years, 30 months. You have 5 modules in which each of these modules lasts for approximately 6 months. So in module 1, which is months 1 to 6, managing and developing people and organizations, you'll learn about leadership, organizational behavior, some change management and human resource management. Following this, chronologically, you will take the second core module, which is managing value creation process from ideas to market. Here you'll learn about innovation, entrepreneurship, marketing, and operations management. The third core module takes place in months 13 to 18, managing finances and strategic decision making, and this involves accounting, finance, economics, strategic management, ethics, and corporate social responsibility. Following the first 3 core modules, you will then be able to have a choice in terms of choosing whether to do marketing, whether to do finance, or whether to do human resource management. Following your option module, in the final 6 months of your MBA here at the University of Leicester, you will take the MBA project. Within the MBA project, you can choose to do either a traditional academic dissertation, or you could do, for example, an MBA project using, for example, an analysis of a business project that you're doing in the business in which you already work, or a business plan for a startup as well, something along those lines. Important also to note that within the MBA program here at Leicester, we have a very, very devoted career management and development program. So you'll have an opportunity to take part in professional coaching, and you'll also have advice provided by our careers management team as well. Okay. In terms of course delivery, as I stated at the start of today's presentation, the majority of the MBA will take place online. You'll have online lectures. These are recorded 2-hour lectures, which are normally provided on a fortnightly basis every other week. So you can download your lecture and you can watch this, whether this is at home or in the office. You can watch these lectures on your PC, on your laptop, on your tablet, whenever and wherever you so choose. You'll also have the opportunity to take part in online seminars. These will be in small groups and it'll be, again, on a fortnightly basis online. And this is an opportunity for you to interact with your fellow cohort and discuss some of the core issues that emerged within the lectures. Thirdly, you'll have online discussions within the virtual learning environment. You'll have the opportunity to pass comments and discuss some of the key issues which have emerged within the lectures and seminars, and you can do this with your fellow cohort. All the materials, lots of students often ask me, Dr. Peter, which books do I need to buy, for example, when starting the Leicester MBA? My answer every time is you don't need to buy any books. All the materials you need to do the Leicester MBA are provided for you online. So all the readings, all your lessons, all your activities, they're all provided online for you. So you have the opportunity to find the information and then potentially download it as a PDF onto your desktop computer or onto your tablet. As I've stated, about 80–85% of your learning will take place in an online environment. But secondly, you'll also have the opportunity to meet your fellow MBA students in person, which the students find incredibly important. This will be in 2 forms, whether at the residential workshops or at the annual Leicester Masterclass. In terms of residential workshops, these take place twice a year at the beginning of February and the beginning of August, and these take place at our Leicester Global Study locations, which are based in Leicester, West Africa in Ghana, East Africa in either Uganda or Zambia, the Mediterranean, Greece or Cyprus, or most importantly for yourselves, in UAE, in Iraq. So I came out, I think, last February and met lots of our MBA students, had a great time over a residential weekend. And this is, for example, in UAE, this will be on a Friday and a Saturday. And it's an opportunity for you to study, but also to meet your fellow MBA students. Secondly, you have the opportunity within the program to come to Leicester and study at the Leicester Masterclass. This is 6 days of study, which takes place in the beginning of August every year. And again, this is an opportunity for me students who come to Leicester from all over the world. Okay, so in terms of undertaking the residentials, you have a choice of when you want to take them, you have a choice of where you want to take them, whether you want to come to Leicester to undertake the Leicester Masterclass or not. So as I've stated before, one of the key things we've tried to kind of develop and implement within the Leicester MBA is flexibility. Okay, we understand that our students are very, very busy people, they've got families, they've got important jobs. So it's important that we provide an MBA program which recognises that and provides some inbuilt flexibility. So in terms of flexibility, you can engage in live online seminars or undertake 3 residential workshops, for example, in UAE, or you could do 1 residential workshop and do the Leicester Masterclass once. So sometimes students ask me, Dr. Peter, do I need to come to Leicester in order to do the Leicester MBA? And I say, no, you don't. Of course, you're more than welcome to come to Leicester at any time. However, you can provide and complete the Leicester MBA without coming to Leicester. You can stay in Dubai, you can stay in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and you can undertake the Leicester MBA there by attending the residential workshops in Ras Al Khaimah. Okay. Moving on, in terms of support and help you have as a student on the Leicester MBA, as stated here, in each of the modules, there'll be a module leader and also study group leaders who provide support for the MBA students during the module. And then also at the same time, in every residential workshop, there will be a leading academic who will provide the leadership and support for that workshop. Throughout your MBA career here at the University of Leicester, you will be assigned a personal tutor who will look after and respond to any concerns, any questions, any needs that you have. As a student at the University of Leicester, you'll also have the opportunity to gain advice about your career from the School of Business's specific careers development team and also the wider university's career development team. And in terms of library support, we obviously have a physical library here at the University of Leicester, but maybe more importantly for our distance learning MBA students, you have 24/7 access to the University of Leicester's online library. So if you want to find an academic article and download it, you can go onto the library and simply download it. Okay. In terms of English language, the university has a dedicated ELTU, English Language Teaching Unit, and this is a dedicated team of English language specialists who provide support for international students. Leicester University is a truly global academic institution, and as a result of that, welcomes students who come to the University of Leicester from all over the world, from different parts of the world. Some of our students, of course, come with English as a native language. Lots of our students, international students, come and English is a second or a third language. That is not a problem. It's a celebration of diversity, and we've provided as an institution the professional support to enable our international students to not only develop their English language, but also develop their academic English language skills as well. So my point is, please don't worry in terms of your English language ability. There is lots of support available within the university in order to enable you to reach the success, to achieve the successes on the MBA program that you want when you start the program. Okay. A classic question I'm asked as MBA director is, Dr. Peter, I'm a busy person. How much time will this take? Do you think I've got the time? Okay, weekly schedule, maybe typical weekly schedule. Students are all different. We all study differently. So some people might study more, some students might study less. However, normally you might need to devote about 12 hours of your week. Okay, this might include 2 hours of an online lecture, or it might be 1 hour of an online seminar. This takes place on a fortnightly basis. Also, there's an opportunity for discussion on the online forums. These are moderated by your module leader, and also self-guided lessons and activities are online as well. So you might need to do some tests and readings online as well. So there's lots of opportunity for you to be engaging with your MBA studies online, but you can manage the time in terms of that. As I've stated on the lectures, these are recorded lectures, so you can download the slides, you can download the recordings and watch and listen to these when you choose during each week. Okay. In terms of assessment, how do we assess our MBA program? In terms of the core modules, you'll have a midterm examination, which is 50% of the assessment, and a final individual assignment. In examinations for modules 1 and 2, this will be an online open book examination, so you can do this online. And in module 3, so this will be after 1 year of your MBA studies, you'll need to do this at a study centre located no more than 2 hours away from where you live. So this might well be a British Council office where you'll be doing the examination for finance and strategic management. Within the option modules, you'll do an individual assignment for 50% and also a final group assessment. In terms of the MBA project, this will be a 6-month project writing a large study, whether it's a consultancy or a business plan or a traditional dissertation. And finally, in terms of your learning and development portfolio, this will be an opportunity for yourself to reflect in terms of your learning and participation across the MBA journey in which you're upon. Okay. In terms of answering the question, entry requirements, what do I need? How do I get onto the University of Leicester's MBA? You'll need a UK degree of 2.2 or equivalent and at least 3 years work experience. Or, for example, if you don't have a degree, that's not a problem, don't worry, whether you have a recognised professional qualification and also considerable management experience. Okay, and that's something that I always underline is very important to discuss with your Stafford representative, Stafford consultant. If you're concerned about how much management experience or qualifications, speak to your Stafford consultant, who will be able to guide and help you in terms of providing the correct answers for your application. Okay, in terms of English language requirements, as I stated here, EL 6.5 or TOEFL 575, or you can undertake the University of Leicester's English test. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to demonstrate your level of English and also why you'd like to do the MBA program here at the University of Leicester. Okay, very briefly, what do the course fees cost? They cover study materials, attendance at the masterclass and residential workshops and examinations. They don't cover accommodation when you come to residential workshops and catering at the Leicester masterclass and travel to examinations, residential workshops and the Leicester masterclass. In terms of costs, our fees are 14,850 UK British pounds, and the next application deadline is the 28th of February 2020. In terms of the fees, you can pay this in 6 affordable instalments. Some students, not many, but some choose to pay the full amount on day one. Other students choose to pay, and majority of students pay in 6 instalments as they progress through the Leicester MBA journey. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to me this evening. I hope that's been clear. Looking forward to hearing if anybody has any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Peter. Very informative. Okay, so I can see there are quite a few questions that have come through. So I have started grouping them already. One of the most important questions that we've been getting is, I can understand that this MBA is AMBA accredited. Will you be able to advise if there's going to be any other external accreditations for this program?
Okay, that's a very good question. As I said, we're very proud that we were one of the first pioneers in terms of accreditation by AMBA of distance learning online MBAs. Within the University of Leicester School of Business's kind of key strategic priorities is to develop our portfolio of accreditations. So within the next 5 years, we're driving towards gaining AACSB and EQUIS in terms of our accreditations for our MBA and the wider School of Business.
Okay, and I've noticed that you have 3 specializations. Will there be any other specializations in the future?
That's a good question. In terms of the 3 existing specializations of marketing, human resource management, and finance, these are chosen and kind of reflect the expertise within the academics who work here at the School of Business. That said, we have plans, for example, to develop another option, for example, in strategy and strategic management, and maybe other options in terms of things like big data or artificial intelligence. So they're ideas that we have at the moment, but we're still in the process of planning before implementation.
I have submitted my application. However, I have been informed that I need to do an MBA assessment, which I believe is part of the application process. What can I expect in the essay part of this assessment?
Okay, good. Well, firstly, thank you very much for making the application. In terms of it's a good question what to expect. Firstly, don't worry. Secondly, the essay is simply an opportunity for you to demonstrate why you want to do the MBA at this point in your career. So it's an opportunity to talk about your existing experience, professional experience, and also an opportunity to demonstrate why you think undertaking an MBA will help you drive your career forwards. Okay, they're the key messages for that.
And is your English language assessment mandatory for this MBA?
Okay, that's a good question. It is mandatory. It is compulsory for us to check the level and quality of English provision for our students joining the programme. Not only to check in terms of the quality of each individual student, but how the students have the opportunity to learn and obviously interact with fellow students in terms of the MBA cohort. So that's why we have a checking process for the English language. It's important to state, though, that we have made in the last 2 months some very recent changes. So, for example, if somebody undertakes the Leicester English test and they fall slightly just below the line that we normally require, we are very happy for that individual to then have potentially another opportunity to discuss and have a conversation with one of our English language specialists here at the university to check whether this person can still join the MBA programme. So as a programme director, I think this is a hugely positive development in order to capture some of the students that we're trying to get to join the Leicester MBA.
Excellent. And with regards to the CMI, I'm very interested in that. Would I have to do any additional examinations?
Good question, the CMI. No, it's not. It's an automatic qualification. So upon receiving the degree in the MBA degree, you would also automatically have received the Diploma Level 7 from the CMI in Strategic Management and Leadership.
Okay, with regards to scholarships, Derek, I will just quickly answer that question. Please do get in touch with your academic consultant, because there are various ways that you can actually look at a slight reduction of the fees, but we would need to have a chat to you and see if you actually qualify for any of those. So please do get in touch with your academic consultant regarding that. What would happen if I fail an assessment, and how many times can I fail an assessment? Oh my goodness, I hope you don't fail the assessment, but anyway, continue. Dr. Peter.
Exactly, good question, yeah. Firstly, and most importantly, not that many students fail an assessment. We have one or two, maybe in each cohort. You have an opportunity to do a retake, okay? So you can, obviously, if you fail an assessment, you can speak to your module leader, you can speak to your personal tutor, and then you'll have the opportunity to retake that assignment, that examination, and to pass that to go forward. So the vast majority of students, if they fail the first time, they pass the second time, and that's absolutely fine.
Right. Okay, and this is a very interesting question. Would you classify this MBA as being difficult?
Oh, that is a good question. I wouldn't classify it as being difficult. I think in terms of, we have in terms of the qualifications and the experience and levels of English, etc., that we require to come onto the Leicester Global MBA, we have a very high quality students who join the programme. So over 90% of our students kind of pass without any problems, with no resits of examinations or assignments, and thoroughly enjoy the 2.5 years of learning that they have on the programme. So it's, as I stated, you need to spend time, like maybe 10, 12 hours of each week studying, which, is time that you need to input into the programme, but the students get a huge amount back from doing that. So as long as people are prepared to invest your time in terms of studying on the programme, it's not too difficult. No, I wouldn't worry.
Okay, is the summer school workshop compulsory, and what is actually covered during that time?
Good questions. Leicester Masterclass takes place every year, normally in early August here in Leicester. It's an opportunity in order to receive the MBA, students need to receive no less than 120 direct contact hours. You can receive these from engaging in live seminars for each of your modules going forward, but you can also receive these hours by attending residential workshops. If you attend a residential workshop for a weekend, you'll receive 16 synchronous hours. If, for example, you come to the Leicester Masterclass, you'll receive 48 hours. So this is a good opportunity to receive a huge bulk of the required contact hours straight away in one go. As I stated, however, in my presentation, there are students who maybe live in all over the world who don't come to Leicester, don't come for the masterclass because they're busy with work or for other reasons, and they can still receive the Leicester MBA award without attending the masterclass. The second question you asked was, what are the contents, what are the themes of the Leicester Masterclass Summer School? These are a variety of themes. These were around creativity, maybe international business, global strategies. It's normally a core contemporary topic which is explored in depth throughout the week. Students are placed into teams and have a lot of kind of team building and group work instilled. There's opportunities for kind of professional coaching from employers and alumni who come in and work with the students as well throughout the week. But there's also lots of time for some fun and some networking as well for our students during the course of the week.
Good. And I have looked at other MBA programs, and I've noticed that their duration is quite short. Yours is a little longer. Why is that? What is the benefit of that?
Okay, good question. It's the quality of the product in terms of, I think we have a very, very comprehensive contents across our program. A lot of our alumni feedback and state the kind of width and breadth of the Leicester MBA has been extremely useful when they continue in their careers. So we have a lot of time in terms of allocated and devoted to studying organizational behavior, leadership, human resource management, strategy, marketing, entrepreneurship, but also we have 6 months for you to study your MBA program project. This is an opportunity for students to, for example, do a company project. You could use the business or the organization in which you work in to develop a business project on that. So you do really, in the Leicester MBA, do a lot of practical and professional skill development, which will serve you well going forwards.
Okay, and what would be the maximum time period that I can complete this MBA? How long can I stretch it?
You can stretch it. Normally we say up to 5 years. So the Leicester MBA is normally 30 months, 2.5 years. However, we have students that things change. Some people have babies, some people change jobs. They move from Chicago to Tokyo, and they'll say, can I wait 6 months and then rejoin the program? And we say that's fine. So normally we say 5 years. However, there are sometimes cases in which maybe somebody's ill or some other reasons, and that they can be deferred from the program for a year, maybe 2 years, and then continue their MBA studies thereafter.
Okay, and with regards to examinations, Dr. Peter has already mentioned that you can write it at British Council. So my advice to you is, as soon as the university is in touch with you regarding that particular module that requires examinations, they will ask you to get in touch with your closest British Council. And the university will then organise the exam papers, etc., with that British Council. So do just bear that in mind. It is quite central that you go to your nearest British Council on that. I have completed a postgraduate diploma from another institution. Will you accept any exemptions?
Could you say the question again, Helen? Sorry.
Yes, I have got a postgraduate diploma from another institution. Will you accept any exemptions?
No, sorry, we won't. We don't accept any such exemptions in terms of starting the Leicester MBA from scratch. However, in terms of your postgraduate diploma from another institution, please do contact your Stafford consultant and discuss with them, because this will be an excellent way to demonstrate your existing experience and why you would be a good candidate for the Leicester MBA going forwards.
Okay. And if I do not have the standard bachelor degree that is required, how many years management experience would you need so that I can get in based on that work experience?
Okay, that's a good question. Again, I would, in the first instance, contact your Stafford consultant And also, I would be, one of the things that we often get when I'm reading through applications, is students have been too modest. Okay, often students, when we kind of talk through in a Skype conversation or something like that, we find that maybe somebody who stated they've done 5 years management experience might have actually done 7 or 8 years management experience. So have a good think about all the things you've done in your professional careers and how you consider that in terms of management experience. So normally the management experience for non-standard entrants ranges between 5 to maybe 20 years. It's normally averages about 8 years, I think. But certainly I would strongly recommend contacting your Stafford consultant to be able to talk that through and provide the best response on your application form.
Absolutely. And a very popular question that we get all the time is regarding the degree certificate. Will it state online distance learning?
No, it won't. It will state an MBA degree from the University of Leicester.
Okay. And if I have an unforeseen circumstance and I cannot attend the face-to-face residentials, will I be kicked off this program?
No, you won't. We fully understand that things happen in people's lives, medical issues or other personal issues. It's a case of if there are specific issues, contact our MBA administration team straight away, and they'll be able to provide you with the guidance and support required. You'll just probably have the opportunity to then attend the next residential workshop in 4 or 5 months' time after that one. So in essence, don't worry.
Great. And a final question, which I've managed again to put together, because there's about 3 students that asked the same, is how do I actually get through to the graduation? Will the university provide me with an invitation, which is really required here in the Middle East to get my visa? And that's the first question. And the second one is, what will happen if I cannot even attend the graduation?
Okay, so firstly, of course, yes, the University of Leicester's MBA administration team will provide you with the necessary invitation documentation in order for you to get a visa to come to Britain, come to Leicester in order to celebrate your graduation with your family, with your friends. Okay, so that's incredibly important, and my colleagues in the administration team will do everything they can in order to help and assist in that respect. Secondly, if you can't attend, and some students can't, they might be on an important business trip, or for example, they might not be very well or something like this, don't worry, the university will simply send your degree certificate by post, so you can receive it by post. So don't worry in that respect as well.
Excellent. Okay, so I've managed to group all the questions together. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. Lovely questions again. Dr. Peter, wonderful having you with us again. And as Dr. Peter has said, the applications are now open. The application deadline is next year, but I do encourage you to submit your documents as soon as possible. Do not leave it for the very last minute. We would like to obviously assess the documentation and send it to the university for their final assessment as well, and get that very important unconditional offer for you. So do get in touch with us and let us assist you to get that application in. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Peter, and hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon, Helen. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening, and thank you for listening. Thank you for the questions.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.